The prop under discussion is Magic Marksman, and you may be wondering why we just don't do a performance of it. And the reason for that is that you need, as John will tell you, a fairly large stage area.
Yeah, it involves a lot of running back and forth.
You get a child running backwards.
We attempted to film this for another video a while back, and in the confines of our high-tech studio, it's difficult to actually to encapsulate the routine in there. So
we're going to explain it more or less to you, and
so what is the prop then? What's the basic?
Well, the prop
premise?
basically is, this looks like the finishing post at an English race course, but actually it's a little target.
Or it could be a Harry Potter style goalpost, a Quidditch goalpost, couldn't it?
Yes. Anyway, it's got a nice sturdy little base, circle here, into which you're going to put a balloon, and the balloon goes in by folding it in half and sticking it actually inside like that. Now these are 125s, and for those of you who don't know how things are actually numbered, nominally that is 1 inch wide by 25 inches long. It looks like a lot more than 1 inch wide.
It looks more than 1 inch, yeah. They're big,
But,
that's bigger than a 260, wider than a 260.
Well, they're certainly called a 125, and that's how they actually
That's
try
strange,
to.
because I would say that's like a 3.
So, what is the routine? Well, the routine is that you can make the balloon burst whenever you want. And I'm going to do something I don't normally do on these instructional little videos, and that's explain the workings of this. Inside the stem here, you've got a piece of doweling. If I hold it up like that, you might just be able to see underneath that there is a little curve bit here. And basically, if I press on that, it pushes the piece of doweling up, and it pushes a little needle or nail through the circle here. So anything which is touching that is going to burst on impact as soon as you press it. But it will also do that if you put the thing down firmly on a flat surface. Now, this was the brainchild of someone called Robert Collier, who lives in the south.
Oh, just trying it out.
All right, okay.
It's obvious comedic possibilities.
Yes, you can see the terror in my face. This was the brainchild of Robert Collier, who was a friend of Ron Gilbert, who was a magic dealer, and we bought the rights to this from Ron, who's now no longer with us, but Robert certainly is. And this has fantastic comic potential. For a start, you say to a child, when it was first put out, Ron used to put it out with a little gun. Now, since the tragedy of Dunblane in England and other events elsewhere in the world, guns are frowned upon in any form of entertainment. And so, to get round this, it was suggested to us that you use, instead of a gun, a banana.
Yeah, I've seen people use a banana, yeah.
And you use a real banana, not a sponge banana or anything else. Have a real banana, and you say to the child, have you brought your balloon zapper with you? And the child says no, because I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. You say, well, I think I've got one here somewhere. And you reach out and give them a banana, and they will give you a peculiar look. And you say, what's the matter? And they'll say, it's a banana. You say, no, it's a balloon zapper. Do you know how it works? And of course they'll say no. You say, well, you point and you go 1, 2, 3, zap, and we'll see how good you are at shooting at the target. So you are standing there with the balloon ready primed, and to begin with, you hold it right in front of you, and then you realise the error of your ways and move it right to the side of you, so when the child actually fires at you. And just as a side note, I did this somewhere, and after 2 occasions when the balloon burst, the child actually turned the banana round and looked at the end of it as if there was something genuinely coming out of the back of it. So you're standing there, and now all I've got to do is with my finger underneath, I can just burst it by pressing up. Yes, this comedic possibility is showing. Oh! So you say to congratulate the child and say that was brilliant, but maybe it was beginner's luck. Shall we have another go? So again, you fold one and put it inside. slide it right in. These are nice and tight. Don't try using a 260. They're just too long, too thin. They won't work at all. So you say, this time I'll hold it this way, and again, just a touch, pull, and off it goes again. So at this point you say, well, I think you're ready for the world record. You see the table over there. What I want you to do is put down your balloon zapper here. I want you to run over there, put down the target, run back here, pick up the...
I think we've got a photograph of you performing this.
We have.
Convention, was it?
It was a convention over in Belgium, and the girl that I had who was helping was a really good sport. She was fantastic. She really entered into the spirit of it, as you can see from the picture. And so it was her job to rush over, put it down on the far table, rush back, pick up the balloon zapper, and try and fire it. And I said, you've got to do this in less than 7 seconds, because that's the world record. Now, of course, as soon as the child puts it down on a hard surface, it's going to burst. So when you prime them on the first occasion, you say, and no cheating. You're not allowed to burst it and then claim that you've got the world record. So, of course, the child, by this time, is frothing at the mouth and with excitement to actually try and complete this challenge. They go charging off, put it down, bang, again. Say, no, you're not allowed to cheat. You do this a couple of times. Now, there is a way also of putting in the balloon at a very slight angle. It doesn't look much different, but that is not now touching the
pin.
The little pin.
Yeah.
So on the last time, when you want to bring things to a conclusion, you say, if you want to win this big prize that I've got, fantastic prize, then you've got to do it without cheating. So last time, I'm going to stand over there and see why this keeps bursting. So you then prime the child comes running over, puts it down, and you say, brilliant! It hasn't burst, quick, go and get the balloon zapper. And as soon as they turn, you twist the balloon slightly so it will and put it behind your back. Why? Because you say, what? I'm not cheating, I just don't want to give away the big prize.
Yeah.
So now the child is standing there with a banana, pointing at you, and there's nothing to aim at. And now it's all down to play acting, because you hold it behind your back and then say, you can't shoot it, not when it's behind my back. Don't try and sneak behind me. And of course, the moment that you say to a child, don't do something, they're going to do it.
They'll try and sneak behind you.
So now you have a sort of merry chase around the place where the child is chasing you, and at some point, with this behind your back, you suddenly go, oh, you shot me in the bottom, which of course children find
hilarious,
hysterically funny, and of
instant
course,
rebooking.
You're going to give the child a prize anyway, because you say, well, perhaps you didn't win the world record, but you were a really good sport. And that is why it is so difficult to convey the fun of this in a rather sterile conversation.
And lots
like
of fun to be had, just from take that. Now, when I say ready, aim, fire, ready, and then it bursts. No, wait till I say no.
Yes.
All that kind of thing you can do.
I mean, we've had the balloons blown up beforehand, but of course you can do all the usual gags with the balloons blowing up. So you just hold on to that, and of course you haven't tied it off so it goes shooting into the air. So don't underestimate the comic possibilities of this. It really is a fabulous prop. I wouldn't say it is particularly magical, but I would say
and it seems
that it's great entertainment.
It's made slightly different now. It seems to be... I bought one years ago,
right,
which was nowhere near as sturdy as this. It seems to be nicely.
This is been recently redesigned, and the base is a little wider, so it's very difficult actually to. I mean, you can see that I'm doing it at 45 degrees, and it's just there beginning to go. So I mean, even if the child puts it down pretty sturdily,
it's a lot more sturdy than it used to be.
It's going to be okay. So there we are. Thanks to Robert Collier for his inspiration.
Yeah.
Thanks to Ron Gilbert for realising it, and that is Magic Marksman.